Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I have a lot of nerves and just nervousness kind of flowing through me. I don't really know why, like this is not a big deal, but do we remember when I reviewed the Subculture palette and that was kind of like a giant train wreck? I mean, so many reviews were coming out and showing how dusty it was and people kind of like banging into the palette, and they were pressed pigment eyeshadows and there were a lot of problems with the palette. I personally did not like the palette. I felt the colors kind of shifted, were patchy, did not blend. So for me, beyond the fact that it was a super dusty palette with a lot of kickback and a lot of fallout, I just did not like the colors that much. I did not like how they blended, and it did put a little bit of hesitance in me as far as Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. But you guys, I cannot even wrap my head around how great this palette is right here in front of me. We are going to be swatching and talking about the Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I am going to go through every single shade with you guys, what I love the most, how I have been using this. I'm going to guide you through the eye look that I have on right now. I feel like this is such a versatile palette, even though it is strongly purple themed, which does happen to be my favorite color. So there is a little bit of bias right there. Like purple is my long time just like, I'm drawn to this color. My birthstone is amethyst and I just love everything purple. So this speaks to me in such a beautiful way. The formula really does not have too many problems with it. They are dusty. We're going to talk about everything, but through and through, you guys, out of like the hundreds of palettes that I have on hand, this is like in the top 5. I love it that much. So I wanted to do a full-on dedicated video to it, which Norvina, for those of you that don't know, I believe her, I'm confused on her name, to be honest. Like I feel like an idiot. Like if I ever saw her in real life. Actually, I did one time at Namie's and I like glanced from afar and she was wearing like the most beautiful like leather skirt and like this whole outfit that I was just like, and when I go and shop at Namie's, I do not look good. I'm like in an ugly sweatsuit with no makeup on. So hey, if you see me at Namie's. Anyway, she is Anastasia's daughter. Her name is Claudia or Norvina. I don't know her. I don't know what it is. I think Norvina was like an online like name or something like that. Someone help me out in the comment section. I feel like a total idiot. Let's talk about this palette. This guy right here comes with a bunch of metallics on the top row, and then you have your mattes. This one right here, Soul, feels a little bit of a satin kind of a thing going on, but works similarly to a matte, so that's basically the bottom row. I actually started out with Incense. I like to always have something that goes kind of in this region right here that is matte, that is a little bit on the light side, that can give me some framing for everything fun that I want to put on the lid and everything dark that I kind of want to pull on the outer edge. So it's not even a shade that you see in a big way at all. It's just kind of giving you an outline. It is the easiest shade to throw in the crease, kind of smudge it underneath the lower lash line and be like, cool, we're done, out the door. So the next shade I went into was Volatile. And I love the name, first off. The shade itself, look at that. Holy smokes, it is like the most perfect, deeper, cool tone shade. If I could create a shade like that and put it in a fictional palette that I don't have, if I had a palette, like this would be a color that I would want in it. I don't think you see this kind of a color enough, and it can look so pretty and it can just make a look lean a little more cool but not be harsh. Like it just has all the perfect elements that you need in a shade like this that is matte. I pulled this through the entire crease and focused a little bit on the outer edge, blended my little heart out, and then moved on. From there, I took the shade Drama. Now this is, I don't know technically what you would call it. It has a little shine in there. It's a satin. It's not like full-blown metallic, but look how smooth that is. It's really stunning. I'm able to go in with a fluffier crease brush and just kind of focus this on the outer edge. In fact, I took a Marc Jacobs brush, and the way that I like to do that is I will actually grab the color like right here on the side. I will go in and kind of press and stamp on the side, flip my brush up, and then go back and forth just on that outer edge. And for me and my eye shape, that's how I get this nice deep outer edge without there being just like bam, like a stamp of color right here and nothing blending together. So this color blends really beautifully, but it is very intense. It has a lot of interesting things going on with it. It is not a flat matte. It has a little life to it. So from there, I went into Celestial, which is just like, this is the most dreamy color. Like The tone of this is my favorite kind of a purple color. It's just relaxing to me, and it's really pretty, and it's bright, and it feels magical, and I love it. So this shade I took on a flat brush, I spritzed a little MAC Fix Plus, and then I just pressed this into my lid. Now I always do kind of a stamping motion. I have to admit, sometimes when I'm not paying attention, I do tend to start to drag the eye color, but try to not do that. Try to look down in a mirror so that you can like really see your full lid space, and then just stamp, just like press that color in, and you will get a better result. So I did that all over the lid, kind of meeting up to that outer edge right here. And then what I did is, because I kind of was staring at this palette and I was like, I want to show them everything. I want to pile on as many colors as I can so that they really get an idea of how beautiful this palette really is. So I went into Dazzling, which is a great name too. Now this one right here, look, I barely like touched that. Look, I haven't gone back in. Ugh, this color is just so dazzling. I think that this will be so flattering on brown eyes, hazel eyes, green eyes, blue eyes. It's one of those shades that is bronzy, but it has kind of a richness and brightness about it that is going to flatter a lot of different eye colors, and I really love this. So I pressed this on top and kind of went for more of a smudgy smoky eye, which is really what my eye shape can handle anyway. When I try to get crazy with like a cut crease or doing major things in my crease, it looks a little bit hard on me, so I like making it look very blown out and very smudgy. I did decide to go back in with more of Celestial on a smaller brush just to allow it to peek through here on the inner corner just a teeny tiny little bit. So from there I did go on the lower lash line with Eccentric, which is nice and warm and just complements every tone in this palette. Beautiful matte. You could use this in the crease. I've done that before alone, and then I put Dreamer all over the lid, and that was like a 1-2 step look that was really easy and fast and good looking. So you can use those two together really great. And then I did go in with Dreamer, and I put this on the inner corner, kind of brought it out just a little bit right here. And then I took Base, which you could use as your base, but I just use this as my brow bone highlight, just to kind of open my eyes up a little bit, because remember, light will make things move forward, dark will make things move back. Think about that when highlighting and contouring. Doing that right here will give you just a subtle little lift, and I'll take any little subtle teeny tiny lift or trick of the eye that I can. So I really love using that technique. And then I was done. I threw a nude liner in my waterline. I used Jouer. I put on a little mascara on the lower lash line, and I was finished. Did not take me very long, so I have to say this kind of a look, when you're not spending so much time layering up matte shade after matte shade after matte shade after matte shade, and you're just kind of using two mattes, your fingers, and smudging a little on the lower lash line, like you can get it done in like 5-7 minutes. So do not be intimidated by these colors. Do not be intimidated by the metallics. You can make them work for you really quickly, beautifully, and you don't have to be like an advanced makeup artist to get a gorgeous look out of a palette like this. Let's kind of just take a look at the entire palette so you guys can get a closer peek at what's going on in here. On the top row, we have the shade Dreamer, which I think is absolutely stunning and can be used as highlight on the face even if you wanted, inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, on the lid highlight, gorgeous shiny highlight. Next to that we have the shade Summer, which is a beautiful bronze that is a little more warm. Then we have Wild Child. I love this because it's kind of a little more see-through and not so punchy with the level of pigmentation. You can just dust this over the eyelid and it gives you this really pretty, glimmery, kind of cotton candy, magic shimmer vibe. Then we have Rose Gold, which is probably one of the prettiest rose golds I have ever seen. This one you will have a little bit of fallout with, so be careful. Remember with these metallics that are a little bit looser to press instead of fluff everywhere. And if you do want to fluff everywhere, make sure you are tapping the excess off of your brush first. Next to that we have Celestial, which is just beautiful. I love the shade. I like working with this one wet versus dry. I think it pumps it up just enough. Then we have the shade Dazzling, which is so stunning. I would actually love to use this even with like a darker black smoky eye because I think it's just that right, deeper, bronzy shade that's just so flattering. Next to that we have Drama. Really love that on the outer edge. You can use this also as a liner. It would be really pretty, especially on blue or green eyes. Then we have Base, which is a gorgeous matte. It is not too bright or overwhelming. You could use this as your base all over the lid. You can use it under the brow bone. It is through and through gorgeous. Then you have the shade Soul, which intimidates the crap out of me. I think they look really pretty, but I feel like they look kind of weird on me. So maybe that's the one shade in here that I'm like, oh, it's pretty, but maybe not for me. Next to that, we have Incense, which is just the best transition shade. If you kind of want to go in and not spend 5,000 years moving from one transition to the next, this blends out so beautifully. Just go in with this and then move to the next step. Then we have the shade Love, which I have used a little bit. It's not really my vibe to go in with a matte pink so much, so I lean more toward Incense or something like that on the day-to-day type of a thing. Next to that, we have the shade Volatile, which is just a perfect, more cool toned brown. It has just a nice richness to it. Then we have Eccentric, and this is a gorgeous, more warm tone, kind of orangey type of a shade. You just need to add a little extra warmth. This is what is going to get that done for you. Then we have Passion, which love. I do love pulling this on the outer edge of the eye. It is a gorgeous, rich, matte cranberry shade. So yay, Anastasia. Good job, Norvina. You killed it. I like this one more than Modern Renaissance, which that was my favorite for a very, very long time from Anastasia. Obviously, I like it more than Subculture. I like it more than the Soft Glam, I think that it was called. I like it more than any of the other palettes that they've brought out. So this is my favorite. The one thing that I don't like, this is the one thing. The velvet is so pretty, you guys, but look what the hell I have done to this already. Like, it actually makes me like feel certain feelings. Like, it makes me uncomfortable that I get these so dirty and I like want to clean them, because I am that person that if I have like a stain or a hole in a shirt, it like drives me bananas. But you know what? I can look past that. It's an eyeshadow palette. The expiration is 18 months, pretty good. I know there was an issue with like some of their palettes expiring in 6 months, and people were kind of questioning the formula and why that was the case versus some other palettes that would expire later. You can always find that expiration on the back. Right here, there will be a jar with the months of use that you should be good to use it. This is $42 from what I can gather online, because their palettes are always $42. The Subculture one was Modern Renaissance, the Soft Glam, and I believe this one will be too. This was sent to me. Full disclosure, because I believe this just launched, but I want you guys to know that I've spent a couple of weeks getting to know her, and that's why I did such a thorough review on this, and that's why I'm grateful to get PR early so that I can do videos like this for you guys. I still will remain unbiased with any brand that sends me anything. They can stop sending me things at any time. I'm here to let you guys know what my thoughts are and what I love and what I don't, because I am well aware of the anxiety of so much makeup launching, and I feel like, oh my God, there are 1,000 new products for me to look at and I'm losing my mind. And like, I came back from Thailand and I had like literally 75 boxes. It's just turned into this crazy thing right now, and I can't help but feel that you guys have a little bit of the same stress. And makeup is fun and transformative and creative and so many wonderful things, but I also have to add in there that whenever I do these videos, I don't want you to feel like you have to race out, open up your, I was gonna say checkbook. Who uses a check anymore? You know, spend your money, and I just want you guys to be pickier and to be really like thorough with watching my videos, watching other people's reviews, doing your homework and kind of playing on Sephora and seeing what you really need, what you don't. And I hope that the demo and the swatches really gave you the information that you needed if you were curious about it. So congrats to Norvina, job well done. I'm into it, it's staying top shelf. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. It helps me to feel good feelings that I made a good video for you guys, and I really appreciate it. So if you like it, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I am here Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. PST, and I hope that you come and hang out with me again soon. All right, that's that. Have a good one, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Mwah.